Apple iPad mini is becoming more and more frequent subject of this channel, and while new leaks about its next iteration aren't as often, it is still exciting to assume and to calculate what could be potential specs and features of the 7th generation. What's even more interesting are comments of some of you, and how many are still anticipating Pro-like features even if it's the smallest iPad. This isn't a surprise considering we've seen some rumors leaning in this direction. So let's talk about it and how realistic are these expectations. But before, question for you: does Apple need an iPad Pro Mini? Please answer in the comment section below. Hi friends and welcome to Digital Marketing channel. My name is Marco and this is your dose of Apple news, leaked information, tech rumors and reviews. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button and don't forget to enable all notifications so you don't miss the next video. This one is powered by banks. Check out their awesome accessories for iPhones, iPads, Samsung devices and much more on their website. The link is in the description and in a pinned comment. Use Digital Marketing's 15 code and get the 15% off. Now let's go! If there is one specific feature that majority is mentioning as the highest on their wish list for the successor of the iPad mini, is its higher screen refresh rate. Regardless, is it 90Hz or 120Hz, I've seen many expressing their desire to see something like a promotion on this tiny device. But the reason for that is not really something for the sake of improvements. The release of 6th generation was followed by occasional complaints about unpleasant display experience, a jelly scrolling effect when one part of the display refreshes slower than the other one, giving impression of wobbly movement. While this behavior on IPS display may be considered as normal, it appears that position of display controller board could be one of potential causes for such an obvious issue. Other is a possibility that Apple simply opted for more affordable displays, as stated in iFixit teardown. In any case, as it looks like, Cupertino-Jan has no plans to act or do something about it, and truth to be told, majority doesn't seem to care about it. The next iteration of the iPad mini may bring silent change with small adjustments like nothing ever happened. With that said, 90Hz or 120Hz would minimize the problem of the existing models, but as Ross Young stated, this scenario could drastically raise the price of the mini. So we can safely assume that for some time we will be stuck at 60Hz. The next one on the list has been processor. Desire to see M-class chip as the heart of iPad mini is not as weird as it initially may sound. Few years ago, mini was powered by identical processor as the one that was the driving force of the iPad Air. This year, the latest generation of Air received a huge specs bump with fully fledged M1 processor. Anticipating similar scenario with the successor of the iPad mini is not a bad idea, but the question is, what would be the benefit of having it within such a small product which software already doesn't utilize the full potential of its current hardware? And then there is a battery size which may go below official 10 hours of life if we bring more demanding CPU and GPU. Now that doesn't mean that we will not see a desktop class chip within the mini at one point in time, especially when we started getting like 2nm processors, for example. But that's still on a wait list. The Face ID, additional air cameras and LiDAR on the back, and even better speakers, these are all possibilities that should remain open, although getting quad speaker setup would be something too much for its form factor. But I truly believe that the Face ID will eventually take over the entire iPad lineup, the same way it happened to the iPhone, if we exclude the budget SE. This scenario seems more likely, and I would not consider it as much as a pro thing yet. Let's be honest, getting all of these features and improvements wouldn't necessarily mean there will be an iPad mini for professionals, but a simple sign of progress and tech evolution. Rumored 14.1-inch or 16-inch iPad doesn't give us a clue or a promise there will be a need for mini Pro tablets either. It's similar story with MacBooks, with rumored 12-inch model as a possibility, yet so far by no means designated designated or described as a MacBook Pro. The 7th generation Mini may arrive already next year, possibly in the first quarter of 2023, unless Apple decides to once again release it in 3 to 5 years timeframe. If this model really arrives soon, it could easily pack a 16 or maybe even a 17 Bionic chip. 128 gigs storage option is possible, depending when we get it. And I've seen that some of you would love this as a starting point. Yet I doubt that we will move away from 60 gigs of base storage next year. But if it's gonna make you feel better, I have hope that price remains unchanged from its 2021 predecessor. For those who are wondering, front-facing shooter, however, may not be relocated to landscape mode at all due to the size and charging mechanism of the Apple Pencil 2. For now. Maybe when we get the 3rd gen with a bit different design or something. I'm just speculating unless we get the upgrade of the 2nd generation that can be charged directly via USB-C. So to summarize, I personally don't believe we will see the version of the iPad mini specially designed for professionals, at least not in the close future, or even worse, at all. That's my point of view, and it doesn't mean it cannot change. Nevertheless, I am certain there will be other new devices that will be exciting, with foldable iPad, which folds into iPhone, has one of them. But that's a totally different story for some other video. I hope you enjoyed watching this one though, and if you did, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and enable all notifications. Thank you so much for watching Digital Markings. My name is Marco, talk to you soon, have an excellent day, bye.